Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Trading Made Easy again, right here on YouTube. Alrighty, so I want to keep in line with the three top trading strategies that's widely used in the industry. So the previous video, if you have not seen that, was trend trading. And so go check that out, right? I'll leave a link. Also, the next one that we're going to be talking about today is breakout trading, right? A lot of people trade the breakout, and it's very effective if, of course, you apply the right principles, right? So that's what I'm going to show you today. If you are new to this channel and you are still trying to find your way, you're still trying to gain some stability in the market, some consistent profitability in the market, been kind of going up and down, in and out. He's kind of sick and tired of the runaround, right? I'm glad you find yourself here. So one thing I would say though, you will certainly still have the same results if you continue to do the same thing, right? So you have to commit to being a student. You have to commit to just sitting still and learn the skill, right? And the jumping around has to stop. So what I'm saying to you, what I'm going to share with you today absolutely is effective. Lots of people use this technique and do very, very well, but they're doing other things to get that result. And so you have to align your mindset. You have to align your behavior. You have to align your tendencies. You have to align all of those things that's holding you back. And you have to align it to a place where you are no longer looking left or right. You're no longer jumping around. And despite how uncomfortable it may feel, you're pushing through. And the way that you do that, my friend, is to stick and stay. Stick and stay. You have to have a level of stick-to-itiveness, right? To hang in there long enough to get the breakthrough. Oftentimes we quit right before the breakthrough. So that's what I would encourage you to do, and take this training with that mindset. And when you couple it together, you should certainly start to see consistent results. So I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel, and comment, like it, share it, things like that, if you found it to be beneficial to you. So with that being said, let's jump on over to the charts, right? Let's jump over to the charts, and we're going to talk briefly about breakout trading. So as I mentioned before, what you're doing with this strategy is you're waiting for a breakout. So if you're waiting for a breakout, you have to determine where you're waiting for the breakout. At what levels are you waiting for the breakout? So in order to make that determination, you have to certainly identify key levels of structure. Now, if you don't know, if you're not familiar with me, my whole flagship is market structure, because that, my friend, is the only thing that price respects. We can add the other indicators of your choice if you like, but always do that after the fact, right? After you've analyzed price. So structure is always going to be key. So with breakout trading, you want to identify the structure. Now, there's several ways that you can do that. I'm going to share with you one of the most effective ways, one of the most, in my opinion, consistent ways, is to identify the 50%. See, what we have to understand with price is it's always going to find itself back to the center. So it can go all the way up and all the way down and bounce all over the place, but it's the center of two points, I should say, that price is going to rally itself back to. So when you look at a swing high and a swing low, then you get the medium between those two, and that is your 50%. And you will find that price will always find itself back to what I call home base. And at that point, price, I call it the point of decision, because price is going to do one or two things. It's going to reject off of it, or it's going to break through and go in the opposite direction. One of the two. Now, inside my 20 pip trading community, we get a little more strategic with using this concept, and it's surrounded around 20 to 25 pips. So if you want to really, really get close in and really dive into this method, certainly click the link inside of the description, join the community, and we really, really lock in on this method. However, what I'm showing you today can absolutely work for you no matter what type of trader you are, whether you are a scalper, intraday, or swing trader. The 50 is always an area where price is going to find itself back. Now, at that point, you're waiting as a breakout trader, you're waiting for price to break it. It's just that simple, right? You're waiting for price to break it and retest the high or the low of it, depending on the position that you're trying to take. If you're buying, you're waiting for price to come up to the 50, break the 50, close above the 50, come back and retest the high of the 50, right? And that is when price is potentially ready for you to enter into the trade. Now, when I say potentially ready, it's because you never want to just jump into a trade just because one confirmation has been met. You do want to have a couple of confluences that says the same thing at the same time. Oftentimes people use indicators and one indicator is indicating this, the other indicator is halfway indicating that, and you're just all over the place. Indicators are best used and most effective when it's saying the same thing at the same time. That is the reason why you don't want to just couple any indicator together. They need to have some commonalities and similar movement and measure similar things, similar volume. You have to be able to do that, right? That's a whole nother video. We'll get to that at a later date. So subscribe to the channel, my friends. Subscribe to the channel so that you can stay in the loop. All righty. So with that being said, let's do what I just talked about. We're going to take a swing high and a swing low, right? Another way that you can look at this is where did price stop and turn around, drop a line, period, right? Where did price stop and turn around, drop a line, and identify it. Now with the fib, of course, it gives you your actual fib key levels, and you can, really easily just identify the 50. So we identify the 50. I'm going to put a horizontal on the 50, right? And I have that taken care of, so I don't need this fib anymore. So I remove my fib, and voila, we have our 50% of that swing high to that swing low. Now what you want to do is wait for price, wait for price, wait for price. Listen, patience is key, right? And there's no way around it. There's no way around it. So if you really want to be a consistently profitable trader, you have to develop the discipline of patience, period, right? All righty. So now what we do is we have our 50. Now, one of the things that you can do in the TradingView platform is you can put an alert at this level, put an alert there. That way, you're not beholden to the charts. Go live your life. Make sure that you download the TradingView app on your phone so that when price comes to that point and alerts you, you'll get the notification on your phone as well. Also, I help people to set up their phone so that it'll look just like the chart. In your TradingView app is very useful because when you download that app, it looks just like your chart. So you don't have to do anything extra that you have not already done. So that's very, very key. Make trading easy by leveraging the tools that we have available to help us along the way. So now that we have our alert set, we set at the 50, we live in life, price comes to the 50, and we get the alert. So now what you want to determine is, what position am I trading? Am I trading the pullback or am I trading the continuation? So you want to already have all of that identified. So when you get to the chart, you're not trying to figure stuff out. You already know that you're buying. As an example, you already know you're buying, right? And price comes up to the 50. When price comes up here, right, you're going to get your alert. And you come back to the chart, of course, and you make the determination. If price broke and closed, you're waiting for a retest. And now you can really play these alerts like massively. We'll get into that at a later date too. But this is good enough. So when price comes and it does what you expect it to do, now is the time that you want to use your other confirmations. So what I use is the 62, which is what you see here. You see the 62 moving average, and I also use my MACD. Now the MACD, this particular MACD, can be used several ways, right? And so what I like to use is the signal line. And I like to see what direction is that signal line going in. So in conjunction with that, so if I'm buying and I'm waiting, price has reached my 50, it broke above, it closed, right? I got my retest of the high and it's above my 62 and my MACD signal line is curving up. That is a good point of entry, and you can take the trade at that point. Another thing you can do just to be a little more conservative is instead of once price breaks and retests the high, you can wait for another retest or wait for another candle to close above that area. So in other words, price broke your 50, it closed above the 50, it came back and retested the high of the 50. Great. That's a point of entry considering the other confirmations are all saying the same thing. Well, in addition to that, if you want to be a little conservative, more conservative, wait for the next candle to close above the 50. So no matter if that candle is vacillating, it's bearish, it's bullish, it's up, it's down, but it closed above the 50, then that's your additional confirmation that price is going in that direction. Because what that says is it held its position above that 50 and then it's going in that direction. And where is it going from there? Look left, my friend. Look left. Where is the next level of resistance? Let's make trading easy. We don't have to do all of this hard technical stuff, right? Streamline your process, because when you have a clear chart and a clear direction, you have a clear mind. And a clear mind is absolutely imperative to being a consistently profitable trader. So hopefully this has helped. If so, drop a comment, question. I certainly respond to my comments, so feel free to do that. But subscribe so that I can help more people, and I certainly want to continue to help you. So with that being said,